Hi everyone, welcome back to Keeping Up with the Chaldeans. We're here with my co-host Junior Binnie. I'm Anthony Toma. We're here with Jovan Kassab, right?
Yes.
With Jovan Jane, headwear.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming out. Why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about how you got started in this endeavor?
So, I want to say it was around 2008. I was actually working at Six Salon at the time, and I was a part-time journalist. I was writing for a few publications, and I remember at the time, Gossip Girl was like a huge show that was out that I actually never really watched, but headbands were so in at the time. And I loved headwear. And I always had a creative Pisces side to me, so I loved to make things. And the salon was the greatest place for that because it was a hair salon. So I would make things and sell them at the salon, like little headpieces, things for brides or kids. And when they started to sell, I actually have to thank one of the owners from Six because he told me, like, why don't you start a little business and like really sell it here and other places? And I was so busy with the salon and with journalism that I had to think about it. And I was like, you know what, why not? So I did. I started Jovan Jane. I remember going with my dad to the accounting office of the CPA, and I created a business. It was like the biggest deal to me. And I started to make things, and luckily, I was so fortunate that I had that journalism side because I knew a lot of editors that I could go and present my stuff to. And they would put my stuff in magazines or on TV. And that's what really got my name out there. Because I get that question a lot, like, how did you get out there so much? And I was fortunate to have my journalism side because I had a lot of connections, I will say. So then I just, I started to get new ideas. And then I always liked sports because I have a father and a brother, so sports was all they ever watched.
Give him a shout out, the father and brother. Who is your father and brothers?
Sam Kassab, who I know you know very well, and my brother Jovan. So I was always watching football, and I was like, you know what? I want like some cool headwear stuff for football games other than like your usual stuff. So I started to design things, and they were actually sold in MDen, which is the Michigan stores. And in Green Bay, in Ohio State, USC, and how'd
you feel?
I mean, it was honestly surreal, and I get like, I think the one thing about me that people don't know or realize is I'm very, I don't like attention, like I told you guys. So I don't like, there's been times where I'm on vacation and my friends will call out that someone is wearing something of mine, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And it's so rewarding, and it's such an amazing feeling, but they want me to like go up to the person and say something. I'm like, no way, I can't. And it's like, I might come off like standoffish, but it's really like I'm just embarrassed.
Shy.
Shy, and very humble about it. It's so rewarding and it's so amazing. And I have to say, like last year, Matthew Stafford's kids bought my stuff from a store actually in Birmingham that sells at Little Rascals, which I have to give credit to. They do amazing with my stuff.
Nice.
And she sent me pictures of Matthew Stafford with his kids wearing my stuff, and it was like, I remember just staring at it and being like, I can't believe this is like my stuff on his kids, But I will say, I have to stress this, that whether it's him or his kids in my stuff, or it's one of you, or like anyone on the street, it means the same to me.
Just feels good.
Yeah, it just feels good, and it's very rewarding.
Someone's representing. And you know what? Don't be and it's hard. It's hard to break that shell, but don't feel shy to compliment somebody with your own stuff.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Because you walk up. I always said to myself, like, it's funny because if somebody walked up and said, "Man, you got our stuff on, man. By the way, DM us. We're gonna just send you another shirt out. Let's take a picture with you." Because it's like an accomplishment to show the rest of the people that, look, it's like jokingly, Mama, I made it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're there.
It's like I'm so grateful behind the scenes. Like I can always post on social media how grateful I am, but then in person, it's like I just get shy and awkward about it.
Yeah, because as a Chaldean, you look at yourself. Just in Chaldeans in general, we're more giving than we are receiving.
Yes.
Right? So when someone comes out to you, feels like, oh my God, I'm receiving something right now. It's awkward. It's like I'm supposed to be giving. So that's good. But it's an accomplishment, and that's where you are. Journalism, where'd that start?
So I majored in journalism in college. I loved writing. I was always into writing, and I loved the news, which I still kind of need to back off the news. I watch the news all day.
Where do you get news from these days? Because I can't find any real news.
If you want to know the truth, I'm a Fox News girl.
Okay.
Deal.
I am a Fox News girl, but lately I've been trying to not watch the news as much. It's depressing no matter what.
Fox is going that way too.
Yeah, you gotta go Newsmax and all that, but
So I majored in journalism. I was writing, and then I ended up doing style segments on Fox 2 for a while, which was really great.
I remember seeing you on there.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and that helped you also elevate a bit with your products and stuff too. That's big. But see how you did that in front of the camera? Just figure that one person wearing your shirt is in front of that camera.
I know.
That's all you got to do, because you did well. I've seen a lot of your stuff.
Thank you.
I know behind us we're putting a bunch of stuff up right now that's not showcased here, so the people get to understand. Let them know the separation of the two.
So Jovan Jane is mainly a headwear line. And aside from like the beanies and the baseball caps, there is also flower crowns. I do a lot of shoots for like maternity when like the mother's pregnant and she does photo shoots with like a flower crown, or with the babies in a flower crown. A lot of weddings, so flower girl stuff.
Okay.
Those are all custom made, which is why I didn't bring them here, because the brides will tell me, and the moms will tell me exactly what they want, and I custom handmade those. Yeah, so that's a lot. That's a big part of my business, and a lot of the stuff is sold at Lace in Troy. So they have samples there, and then they special order through me.
Nice.
What's the turnaround?
Yeah, I was going to say, what is it?
I always tell people, like, if you give me at least a 2-week notice, I'll have it ready. Because sometimes there's certain flowers they want that I don't have, and I have to get.
Yeah.
But I would say as long as I have like a 2-week notice, I can do it. And I will say, people say on my website that I ship pretty quick.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's just so the crowd knows, what's your offerings go for? Like, what range? Like, is it from this to this?
So the beanies,
or entry level? What is it?
I would say pretty much everything is around 40.
Okay.
I would say 40 to 60.
Yeah, they look great quality. I'm wearing this right now. My head is hotter than hell right now, but I don't mind it because with the lights and everything. But listen, this is sweet because I'm in all black.
Well, it's not even just the quality too.
Yeah.
Sometimes when a certain design sells, so I like to bring in like 50 to 100. And usually when that design is sold out, I don't bring it back again. And I do get a lot of people who are like, when is this going to be available again? And I like to be exclusive with certain
that makes
things,
sense.
you know? So I'll say not now. Like there's actually right now, somebody suggested to me that I bring back designs from when I first started, which I think is a good time.
Like a retro.
Yeah.
The hats and stuff?
Yeah, it's like hats when I first started. Like now it's been over 10 years. Like now it's like a whole new clientele, you know? So now I would do that. But sometimes I give it a little break. I sold, and that's what makes it a little bit more exclusive.
Yes.
You're not going to find this beanie anywhere else. They're my designs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, so that's what makes it exclusive.
And everything is cyclical. Just like whether if you take a look at the big corporations that do this stuff, whether you're Nike or whether you're Jovan Jane, if you reintroduce stuff, you can make it a hit.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like you're seeing all the retro shoes coming back right now, and they're still going crazy value, you know? So do it, be cool, and be even cool to say that your retro is limited. Like you're going to only drop 100 of these pieces only because it was what and then it makes the value just go up. What's your why to why you do this? Why did you even get into it? Besides, you know, the second owner of Salon 6 giving you that push, right? What I mean, you got to have something to drive you.
I just think like it's very therapeutic to work with your hands and be creative. And I love when I just have a vision, which I will say, like, I always have this vision in mind of what I want. And Nicole, I don't know if you guys know Nicole from Exclusive Imagery.
Yep.
She does a lot of my graphics for me. So sometimes I sit with her. I'm like, this is what I'm envisioning in my design. And she brings that design to life. And when I see that after, when the final product's done, it's just so rewarding. Like it's a lot of work because this is just me.
Yeah.
But when it's done and that product is in my hands and I see what she and I did together and how we brought that to life, it's just rewarding. And like I said, seeing people in my stuff. Like one of the main things, like I always manifested things happening.
Sure.
And during the time when Entourage was a huge show, Jeremy Piven was my favorite actor at the time. And I kept telling myself, I am going to get something on him. He used to love wearing fedoras. And I don't know how it happened, but I messaged him and he responded. And we did 2 events together in Chicago and we designed a hat together. And I was like, I really couldn't believe it happened. Yeah. And then it went from him to like Rihanna was in something of mine and Tyra Banks. And then, it really did. It blew up. And a lot of people from the Housewives, which I'm not really a reality show person. Yeah. But I was so grateful that those girls did wear my stuff and did, you know, give me a shout out. Yeah. So it just like, it happened so fast, but I put my mind to it and said like, I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to message this person. What's the worst that can happen? They don't respond. You got
to compliment yourself and pat yourself on the back for taking these steps. Because if I'm not mistaken, because I grew up with most of you and your friends, you were the first to step into the arena of owning her own business. Because most of them were in the salons or they were the clothing, but they weren't owners of it at that point in time yet. You kind of set a trend amongst them, right? Yeah. And again, I'm not taking away from them because every one of them has done greater and better right now in their life in the last 10 years. But you gotta commend yourself on that at times to say, man, I did this, and I had this other circle of women that I'm around that are Chaldean, and I influenced them to be able to do other things themselves too. So,
I mean, it's nice to inspire people, and I'm not going to be the only headwear line. I'm not going to be the only person that has Detroit stuff. I know other Chaldean people who do Detroit-based stuff, and I own some of their stuff. And I think that's a big thing too. You really want to support
co-share
your people and other businesses, and I've had stores ask me, like, is it okay that we carry other stuff like this? I'm like, I actually like that you carry other stuff like this. I want my stuff to be next to I'll buy their stuff, and I'm very supportive, and it's nice to see their designs and what they're doing. Like, I don't believe in competition. I really don't.
It's the pie's big enough, right?
Exactly.
The pie is so big everybody can eat from it. Detroit. You have New York and LA and other cities that are big into fashion and all that stuff. But there's a hidden jewel in Detroit. There's the Detroit fashion. There's the team that's out of Detroit that does it's the lady who started. It's a nonprofit organization. So if like young entrepreneurs that are coming up, they can go to the district. It's she does. I'll get her name before the end of the show, but I know she's big in that because they're trying to bring that to Detroit heavy. It started off well, with all the Detroit versus everybody, and then Try House Harder, you guys. So the steam is there, like it's moving, So I think what they're gonna try to do with Detroit, just bring it up in general as a good mecca too for the Midwest, like fashion, because we don't have that, So when you guys create stuff like this and put that out there, it's big for us. And it's like you said, like when you're walking through Chicago and here you go, somebody's wearing a Detroit from Jovan, you're like, man, you want to take that picture? Like, hey, turn real quick, I gotta send it to my friend, But it's awesome. So you're part of that. 10 years of it, you've created your name, and look at the people that are wearing your stuff. Where do they find you mostly? Is it web? Social media, where are you?
Everything is on my website, which is jovanjane.com.
Okay.
And if you wanted to try on stuff locally, which I really encourage people to do, because hats are like sunglasses, like you want to see how they look on you.
Yep.
I would say all the Bianchis, Bianchi Birmingham and Bianchi Clan Township carries my stuff. Okay. And then there is like Royal Duchess, there is Guys and Gals, Modern Art Studio. There is, there's so many places.
And they can find us all on Jovan.
Yeah.
Everything
and
on
a
there.
lot of people will message me and say, I live on the east side or live on the west side. Where can I go? And I'll list all the places that have my stuff. And I'm also very good about if someone needs something rushed, like I'll drop it off to them. I'm always doing that. They're on my way, or I'll leave things outside on my porch for people to pick up. It's always about like being like quick with my orders. I will say like I like to get things done quick and have it in their hands. You sound like a typical Chaldean in the sense of how you work. Yeah. This isn't all you do. What else do you do? So I manage Bianchi's Salon in Birmingham. And that's pretty much my full-time job. Yep. And then there I do a lash lift service, which just kind of came out of nowhere a few years ago.
Yeah. What is that? Explain that.
So instead of extensions, you're actually lifting your own lashes. So when I saw this service online, I was like, we have to bring this to the salon. This is amazing. So I went to go get trained for it, and then I just ended up doing the service at the salon.
Oh, so you do? Okay, you do. Okay, so I was gonna say, is it private or is it in there?
Yeah, no, I do. So it's like I'm definitely very busy, and I'm very ambitious and a hard worker, and I keep myself busy.
Yep. And knowing your father.
You manage the salon?
Yes, the one in Birmingham.
You do the lash lifts.
And this.
And this.
So I'm saying, knowing your father, he's proud of you. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a hard worker. I met him back in '96. And we've been friends since, it's always good to see him out and about. And he still works his butt off, so he's still doing his thing. I mean, we were saying this earlier, your parents impose the best that they can so that you take that and run with it. But, it's a big thing. But what's coming for fall? Anything you got coming up?
So this design, it's like called Buffalo Plaid, is very holiday. So I wanted to do something like a little country theme, because deep down I am a country girl. So I wanted to do something like this for the holidays. And then these two teddy hats are new. So I don't know if you've seen like the jackets that are like this, teddy jackets. So I wanted to do baseball caps, and it keeps your head really warm.
Oh, that's cool.
So those are new, and then these beanies are new. Cool. So all these you can find.
See, so it's like almost like the Patagonia, and all those.
Very, very warm. Wow. Yeah, it's called Borg. That's the material.
Look at that. That would keep your nice hair.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, you got it, buddy.
What's left of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my stuff. This herringbone hat.
There's two that I have on, guys.
And then there's still like, people always ask me about older designs, and whatever's left you'll see on my website. I'm pretty good about my inventory, so people will message me. I'm like, whatever's left is on there. I can't bring back anything that's old. Maybe one day I will. Like I said, I kind of give it a little bit of time before I bring back something.
Are people able to reach out and say, hey, you know what, Jovan, I need 50 beanies for school with your logo, but I need something cool to say class of whatever. Do you do special requests?
I could. The thing is, the manufacturers I deal with, I do have a minimum.
Okay.
So I can't just have one thing made.
Yep.
Well, I could, but it would be very expensive.
Yep.
So I would say usually the minimum is about 50, which I could. I've done that actually for restaurants before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that. Like, it'll be like my design with their logo on the side, which I'm very open to doing.
Yeah. You wedding people should think about this. Should be giving away Jovan Jane hats for your wedding with that. So.
Or masks. I'm just kidding.
I didn't. You know, it's so funny because everyone told me to get into that.
Yeah.
And I just like, I'm not.
No, it was short-lived. Don't even worry about it. That was a short-lived thing. What's some of the encouragement that you can give to some of the viewers out here to want to, like, your fears? Let's be real. You know, you walk in, we all get jitters when we go to do stuff, right? Let them know how you overcame some of those jitters. What keeps you going every day from those, you know?
So I think because I was in journalism and I was used to being in front of the camera and writing, that helps a lot. But you know, you still get nervous. Like even coming in here and doing this, it's nerve-wracking. But you just, everyone is so like, you don't realize how this is so casual. Everyone just wants to have an easy, good conversation with you, and it just, I love when people message me. I have so many people message me and ask me, like, I just started this business. How did you get so big? How did you get out there? And I am like all about telling them like how I started, what I did, and being honest with them that I do think my journalism career did help me a lot. Yeah. But social media is like the best
powerful tool.
Yes, it's so powerful. And your photos, like, I put a lot of money into hiring a photographer to take professional photos of my stuff. I chase my brides after their weddings. I'm like, can you please get me your professional photos of the flower girls, you know, and I'm picky with what I post too, and I'm very open about that. Like, I'll tell people, like, do you have a better photo of this? There's like so much junk in the van, you know. So I'm picky with my Instagram. I'm picky with what I post, and you know, just being like, what's the worst that can happen? You know, you're gonna fail. I failed so many times when I first started doing this. Like, especially my flower girls, when I look back, I laugh at them. Like, but you're gonna fail. You're gonna make mistakes. But as long as you try and you put out there and you reach out to people. You know, I was always giving stuff out for free. Always. You have to. That's how you promote yourself.
It's part of
it's part of the business.
Always. Always in the beginning it is. And if people want it to, besides that, your social media handle is what? What's Instagram?
Jovan Jane.
Okay, cool. And then you can always get the DMs or talking to you from there. You're pretty responsive, you said, so that's huge.
I am. Yes.
That's huge. So fall, we know what's coming. We've got that. And then what is the again, like he said, lead time? Is there like more seasons that you do some of the stuff that we're seeing in the background? Like, is it more like, are you tuned into like your communion season or wedding season? Or
so I would say wedding season starts to get busy starting like January, February up until the summertime. That's when I'm pretty busy with weddings and communions. And then I'll plan, like right now I'm starting to work on baseball cap designs for spring, summer. That's okay. Yeah, so I'm trying to think of like what to do then, and I'm always open to people's suggestions too. You know, if you have any cool design ideas, tell me.
What goes into the design process?
So a lot of times I'll be out somewhere and I'll just see something, whether it's like nature or like I said, like I kept seeing like this buffalo plaid during the holidays. And I was like, I have to do something like this. And then the board hats, the teddy hats, I have coats that are like that. So I was like, I want to see if I can do a baseball cap like this. And then you just reach out to your manufacturers, you get fabric samples. So a lot of it is picking out samples and then dealing with a graphic artist. I will say the one thing that I wish I did have skill in was Photoshop and doing my own graphics. But that's what I have Nicole for. So I'm happy that I give her that business. And we sit down and I give her my vision, and sometimes I'll draw it out and tell her this is what I want, this is what I envision, and she brings that design to life.
It's cool.
And just in case they didn't catch you, this is Nicole Arafat now. She's married and
exclusive imagery.
That's what I'm telling you. Exclusive
She's
imagery.
Awesome. She really brings all my visions to life.
So make sure you guys see her. So she's a good one too. Anybody else that you work with, you want to give a shout out throughout the Metro Detroit area? Anybody that you've collabed with? Who
have I collabed with? I haven't really done any like designs with people. I think really just like my retailers that sell my stuff, you know, I love. And I wanted to add one good thing that I will tell someone if they're going to go in business is branding is everything.
Sure.
And if you notice, like I have my orange tissue and then on the side of all my caps, there's orange JJs. So no matter what design my cap is, the JJ is always in orange. It's my signature, it's my trademark, my packaging, which is so important. Like when their packages get in the mail and they see that orange package, they know it's mine. Yeah. So I will say like that's a good point. I know. So yeah, but all my retailers who I love, they know who they are. I don't want to miss anybody.
No.
I don't want to miss anyone. So
shout out to them for supporting you. That's huge.
And every single person who's ever bought anything of mine, posted it, tagged me. Thank you so much.
Is that one of your pieces that you're wearing on your head?
Yes, very old though.
It's okay. It's a nice
very
color.
Old, yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing is like everything is cyclical, right? So it's always going to repeat itself. So old is new to today for some people. You know what I mean? So that's what we're saying. If you restore some of the old ones and go retro, be sweet.
I am. I'm planning on doing.
Yeah, limited though. Yes. That's all you got to do is limit it.
How many different baseball cap designs are out that people can get right now?
I want to say about right now, I probably have a little less than 20.
Okay.
Yeah. I usually keep like at least about 20 at a time. And there's always ones that are classic that I will always have, like the leather one, the denim one. Those ones will always be there, like the basic black or white. And then there's certain designs that come out per season. But there's usually no more than 20.
Gotcha. And then what about the caps and
the beanies? So the beanies I'll do, I usually try to do 2 designs in the fall, winter, and then there's kid sizes in them too.
Gotcha.
And they can customize, like if they want a pom on it or if they don't, like this. I have like the kid ones that are like this, that'll have like pom-poms on them. Yep, these ones.
Yeah.
So they can choose their pom color.
Yeah, this one's cute.
Yeah,
cool.
Thank you. So that's for like anywhere from 0 to 12 months, and then there's kids up to adult.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's beautiful. Well, you've done a great job.
Thank you.
And the accomplishments that you've made are pretty solid. So, I mean, it shows in the work. And like you said, you've had a 10-year run, so which is a huge, huge thing. Especially
11 now, right?
Yeah, it's one of their 11th year.
Well, 13.
Yeah, it's like 13.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, so it's even better. So that's
feels like yesterday.
Yeah, it really does, because we all used to hang out back in the day. So we've seen you come up when we were younger. So it's huge. You know, before we take off, we want to make sure, did we miss anything that you want to let them know in regards to your entrepreneurial life? Things that you want them to visit or see you, or, you know, just reach out if they need to.
I would say I really encourage everyone to have a side business. I think it's the best thing you could do in your life. It keeps you busy.
Great advice.
It keeps you busy. Like I said, the salon is my full-time job, but this is a great side business. And I would say also like my second main business. But I would encourage everyone to have a side gig. It keeps you out of trouble. It keeps you busy, and it's just great for your future. So
Plan
do it.
B
You don't
money.
have to just do one thing. There's lots of ways to be successful.
Yeah. So usually we close off the show.
Yeah, so we close out each show by asking the guest if they are Chaldean. We ask them what it means to them to be Chaldean.
I always say, and no offense to anyone, I would never want to be anything else.
Right.
I would never want to be anything else. I love our culture. I love our morals. I love our traditions. And, you know, that entails family, being close-knit. I think for the most part, a lot of us support each other.
Yeah.
Just knowing each other. Like, I like to be at places where I know everybody. It's comfort for me.
Yes.
In town and out of town.
Yeah, in town and out of town. I like it. Some people don't. But, I mean, just, you know, being first generation is huge. And it kind of makes me sad that, like, you know, eventually this is going to go away.
Yeah.
Well, you keep doing what you're doing. You keep representing our name. He does. I do. We all do. This is a part of all of it.
Yeah.
We won't lose it if we keep us the identity that we created. So that's what we're gonna do. So it was awesome having you.
Thank you so much for having me.
So we want to make sure that everybody knows jovanjane.com, right?
Yes,
and
jovanjane.com.
And the Instagram is Jovan Jane also, so they can find you to make it easy. She's got a lot of cool things coming up. Ladies, you know how to reach out to her for the stuff that you're gonna want in regards to weddings and all the other kid stuff that you have coming up. Fellas, this is chill. I'm not gonna lie. This is chill right now. So make sure you support her. It's good to have your own people doing stuff like this. And know that if I can buy a Nike hat or a Jovan Jane hat, buy the Jovan Jane hat. She's making it. She's Chaldean, you know?
Thank you.
So make sure you guys support. And that's the big thing. We want you to support her and support the show. So make sure if you go on, hit the like button underneath. Subscribe to our channel. Keeping Up With The Chaldeans. Not that hard. And, you know, if you want to get on, go ahead and go to our page too, right? And just
Yeah.
make sure you just sign up for our interviews. And we're going to be signing off with Jovan Jane, Anthony Toma, myself, Junior Binno, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, etc., etc. You know the routine. We'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thanks, Joe.
Bye.